What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bring Me Joy-Con. So today I just wanted to go over my PS3 collection. A little bit of backstory. I bought my PS3 when I was just after I turned 18 years old, and I believe it was the first time I had a credit card. Now, I don't recommend anyone getting a credit card if you're young and you're watching this. I guess if you want one in case of emergencies, but generally, people don't have enough self-control, myself included, and it's just not smart. I bought a PS3 with a credit card, on credit. That was dumb. I could have just been smarter with my money for 2 or 3 weeks and bought one, but, you know, like I said, people don't have self-control. I don't recommend it. I racked up like $2,000 in credit card debt. Luckily, I met my wife, who was much smarter than me, and she helped me kind of get through all that, and, you know, now I have one, but I don't use it unless it's a big emergency. So, anyway, having said that, I loved my PS3. I was just becoming an adult, and it's kind of a weird time in everybody's life where, you know, you graduate high school, and you're like, okay, now I'm supposed to do something with myself. And video games have always been a big part of my life. I talk about that a lot, starting at 5 years old. And so that was kind of the thing. You know, I'd go to work during the day. I'd get home pretty late at night. And my trusty PS3 was there to really get me through some stuff. And, you know, it's very nostalgic to me. So I don't know if I'll ever get rid of my PS3. I just love those games, and probably even more so than the PS4. I know the PS4 is fancy, and, you know, it's got a lot of fancy games, and the graphics are better and all this stuff, but I truly have a love for the PlayStation 3. So, having said that, let's get into some of these. Fallout 3, I actually picked this up well after I'd had the PS3 for probably like 7 or 8 years. I actually didn't discover Fallout until I think I got a 360, just because it was on an insane markdown. It was like the 120 gig 360, and I was getting it for like $50 or something. And at the time, it was just a smoking deal because the 360 Slims were coming out, and so they were trying to get rid of the fat PS3s. So that's where I discovered Fallout 3. I eventually got rid of that Xbox, and I really missed it. And I got this in a thrift shop for like $5 years and years later. Still my favorite Fallout game. It's the storyline and the gameplay and everything's amazing. I know a lot of people say Fallout 4 is better, but in my opinion, Fallout 3 is where it's at. Fallout 4 has fancy graphics, but it gives you too much option with the building and all that stuff. And as a man who's almost 30 now, I don't have the brain space to do all that. I got too much else going on. It's just too big and too much. So Fallout 3 is my go-to when I want to play Fallout. I'll set these here. New Vegas. So after 3 came out, New Vegas came out. I picked this up on launch day. I was absolutely excited for it. This is the made by Obsidian, so they're like under Bethesda. These guys have some new games coming out on newer consoles. The Outer Worlds is one of them. It looks fantastic, and when I saw the Outer Worlds trailer, I believe it was at E3 over the summer, this was the first thing I thought of before I even knew Obsidian was producing it. It just reminded me so much of this, and this is an absolutely fantastic game. It just takes everything from Fallout 3 and just puts you in a new space and with new weapons, and it's just a really fantastic game, and yeah, I just love it. So episodes from Liberty City. So this is pretty cool because this is a standalone game. It's got both the add-ons. They released them as DLC for GTA 4, but I purchased the physical copy of it by itself, so you can actually play this standalone by itself in your console without having to have GTA 4 with it. If you bought GTA 4, there was a DLC to purchase this, and it just adds it into the menu from GTA 4. But I thought it was cool that I could have them as two separate games. And so GTA 4 is one of my favorite GTAs. I know a lot of people don't talk about it. They talk about 5, and they talk about the classic, not the really old classic ones from PS1, but they talk about the trilogy, GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City. And I truly love those games, and I play them all the time. But GTA 4, just the graphics, it reminded me of those older games. It reminded me of the trilogy. It was like arcadey feeling, but with the amazing graphics. And of course, you could light people on fire, and I don't think you could do that in the other games. And it was almost too real at the time. I was blown away, and I was like, this is crazy. That guy's screaming, and he's on the ground on fire. And it just felt almost too real, but it was just, it just takes that arcade-like classic GTA feel and just updates the graphics. And I really enjoyed the storyline of these games. So, there's that. Boy, we're getting through all the good ones first, huh? I didn't even put these in a certain order. DuckTales remastered with a disc. So when this came out, very first came out, it was $15 at my Fred Meyer, and I went and picked it up on release day. They did a big promotional show, sort of like a E3 style, like a presentation thing where people could come live and see. They also gave out some gold NES cartridges of this at the show, of course, of the classic that this was remade after. This game is fantastic. I love this game, and I'm glad I got the PS3 copy because it's got a physical disc. If you bought it on 360, I'm like 99% sure it didn't come with a disc. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure there was no DVD disc with the 360 copy. It was just a case with a download code. So this thing's been on a shelf. It's in amazing condition. I absolutely love this game. I love the original as well. Rage, another one I picked up in a thrift shop for like $3 or $4. It's got it's Anarchy Edition, so it's got all the DLC built into it. John Goodman plays a voice in this game, which was a super cool thing to see. This game's amazing. Rage 2, I haven't played it, but it looks very different than this. If you have never played Rage, pick it up. The game has such amazing graphics. On the 360, they had to put it in 2 discs because it was just so many gigs. So there was an install disc and then a play disc, where this, of course, is on a Blu-ray. Blu-rays are 25 gigabytes. So there was just this whole thing. So anyway, just 1 disc, 1 Blu-ray. Fantastic game. Ridge Racer. My friend let me borrow this when I first got my PS3. I've never played it, ever, but it looks cool. Someday I will play this game. I just never turned it on because I just had so much cool stuff to play already. Maybe I should ask him if he wants it back. I haven't seen him in a couple of years, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he wants it back. Red Dead, of course. Everybody right now is playing Red Dead 2. That was a big deal, but when this came out, it was a big, big deal. And I remember, I don't want to say I can tell the future, but I remember when I was like 12, I was telling my friends that I thought it would be cool if they made GTA 1800s, is what I called it back then, where you could ride a horse and, sleep with brothel chicks, and it's exactly what that is. So I was like, you could imagine I was like jumping out of my seat when I first saw the trailer for this. I was like, holy shit, that's what I've wanted all this time. Was a GTA style game set in the Old West, and it's right here. So if you've never played this, of course you should play it, especially if you're playing 2 and you've never played it. You got to see where it all started. Dragon Age, another one I got for almost nothing at a thrift shop. I've never played it. when I installed it, it was glitchy as hell. Maybe there's update patches now, but I think the PS3 just kind of struggled to play this game a little bit. Maybe I'll go back and visit it again. Call of Duty World at War. So when I first got my PS3, my brother, who lived far away, also had a PS3, and we were looking for stuff to play together online. This was before you had to have your PS3 subscription even. You could just play with each other online. So that was pretty cool. And we got to play a lot of shooters together, a lot of war games. Fantastic little game, especially if you can play online. I don't think you can anymore, but it's pretty cool. We got some Resistance games here. I've never played Resistance. Again, I picked these up for like $2 at a thrift shop. We used to have this, we don't have it anymore, but we used to have this local thrift shop where these two brothers would run the thing. It was called Rag and Bone. And we didn't know their names. Me and my buddy Zach, we'd go there, and we had no idea what these two dudes' names were, but their store was called Rag and Bones. One of them was pretty clean-cut looking dude. The other one was like what you would imagine a surfer would look and talk like. He sounded like that turtle from Finding Nemo. He's a fantastic dude. I still see him around sometimes. They would give us insane deals on video games. Super cheap. They gave me Conker's Bad Fur Day for like $20. And, I mean, we'd go in there twice a week and look for cool shit to pick up. And they were just really good dudes. I think we were probably their most frequent video game customers. So they had a load of video games. I mean, shelf after shelf of video games. And not a ton of customers. And so anyway, sorry, my camera ran out of storage space. Another online shooter that we used to play together, Call of Duty 4. You guys know this game. Everybody knows it. It's just like all the other Call of Duties. Battlefield Bad Company. This one was pretty cool. It was a good online shooter to play together. Just a cool army game, and this one was kind of unique and different than Call of Duty, which is why I picked it up. It's why we played it together. Just it was unique and different in comparison, and we were kind of getting burnt out on Call of Duty. Sonic Generations. This one has the cool 3D compatibility. This game is really neat. It's not like the greatest Sonic game ever, but most people will tell you that Sonic games nowadays kind of suck, with the exception of Sonic Mania. This is probably the best Sonic game since Sonic Adventure 2, and it's just a really unique, styled, cool game, and I really enjoy this. You can be New Sonic and Old Sonic, and there's like a whole plot that goes on between them, and it's one of the most unique and interesting Sonic games that I've ever played, and I still enjoy playing it to this day. In fact, I'm probably going to play it tonight because my son's never played it before, and he was asking about it. So, FF10 and 10-2. This was the first remaster of these games. They came out on PS2 originally, and it was exciting to get this. I don't know why, but when I put this disc in my PS3, and I launched, it reads the game, I hit X to launch the game, and then it black screens, and it just hangs there forever. That's the first time I put the disc in and try. So then I turn the PlayStation off and I try again, and for whatever reason, every single time it loads up on the second try. And I have no explanation for this. I've tried posting online about it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I even backed it up because I have a modded PS3. I backed it up to my hard drive, and it does the same thing. It always loads up on the second try. It's the weirdest thing, but there it is, and that's just how I have to do it if I want to play this game. Now, I have this on the Switch and the PS4 anyway, so I don't generally play this version of it, but it's still cool to have, and at the time, I played it a lot when I first picked it up on the PS3. This game, GTA 4, again, I talked about this already, but GTA 4 was just that arcadey kind of feeling. It's just fantastic. I love it, and it's a great game. If you've never played GTA 4, pick it up, because it's just a really cool storyline, really cool gameplay. The graphics are pretty good. I really enjoy this game. When I first got my PS3, I played it. Like I said, I worked during the day and I'd play games at night. I beat it, I think, in 3 nights. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. and playing this thing. I was really loving it, especially at the time when it was all brand new to me. So this game will always be special to me, and that's why I can never get rid of my PS3, because I don't have a 360 or a Xbox One anymore, and this isn't playable on the PS4. So, in fact, the PS3, I noticed the other day, the PS3 is the only way to play every single GTA game that's been released. Your PS3 will play all the PS1 games, all 5 of the PS2 games, even the 2 exclusives, the Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and, of course, 4 and the add-ons to 4 plus 5. So, another reason that I can never let go of my PS3, because I love GTA, and I can play every single one of them. Madden 10. I don't know why I have this, and not because I don't play sports games, because I do play some. Not very often, but I do enjoy football, so I'll play Madden now and then, but there's no game, and I don't know where I got this. So, who knows? Hot Shots Golf. Fun fact about this game, before I tell you how much I love it, this is one of, I believe, one of 4 games that don't have trophy support. This was a launch title. This was before they implemented the trophies into the PS3 system. Xbox 360 was doing the achievements, and they wanted to join in on that fun. So they ended up adding trophies to games, but I believe, if I remember correctly, this is one of 4 that does not have trophies. I really enjoy this game. I liked the Hot Shots games on PS2. This game took it to a whole nother level with the gameplay and the graphics and everything, and the soundtrack of it is really good when you're playing. And this game will always be special to me. I love it, absolutely, and it's just a really great game. I even, like, when I play Everybody's Golf, which of course is the name of it in Japan, and now on PS4 they've just made it universal for everybody. It's called Everybody's Golf. When I picked that up on the PS4, it's pretty good, but this is still better. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just how the controls are or what, but I like the PS4 Everybody's Golf, but this Hot Shots Out of Bounds is a fantastic game. The Last of Us. Everybody knows this game. Everybody knows it's amazing. I don't really have to tell you why it's so fantastic. When this game came out, no other games mattered. Everybody bought this game. Everybody was playing this game. Now it's been remastered for PS4. There's rumors that Last of Us 2 is going to launch with PS5, and that's going to be a really big deal. I've never completed this game, but I would like to sit down and do that. It's amazing. You guys know I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and so when they re-released the Jack Collection on PS3, I had to pick it up, especially since my PS3 wasn't the backwards compatible, really early version. So, yeah, I got it. It's in HD, and if you've never played these games, they're amazing. Just some of the best platformers there were on the PS2, so. Puppeteer, I picked this up right around the time I started getting really into indie games. I love this game. None of my friends had ever had it, or played it, or even heard of it, and so when I saw it, I said, that's a cool indie game, and I gotta play it. And I picked it up, and it has 3D support. Doesn't say it on the front, but it does say it on the back. And it's just a really cool game. It's one of the coolest 3D PlayStation games. There's not a lot of them that don't kind of give you a headache, but this is one that I actually prefer playing in 3D. It's super cool. So, you guys know I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I've got 1.5 and I've got 2.5, which of course released on the PS4, and I've got them there as well. I don't have the PS2 copies anymore, but I did back in the day. That's when I played them when I was a kid. I picked them up when they were brand new. And these games will always be special to me, and I love them. And I will always play Kingdom Hearts. Even Kingdom Hearts 3 being so disappointing, I still will probably revisit that one in a while and play some more of that. So, Little Big Planet 2, fantastic game. Little Big Planet was super unique when it came out, and people fell in love with this game. Millions and millions of people. You can build your own levels and upload them for everyone else to play, and it's just amazing. And number 2 just added so many more cool features and a whole new storyline for single player mode, and it's just an awesome game. If you never played it, pick it up. Stuntman Ignition. This game's decent. It'll probably never live up to the first Stuntman game. The style of the game and the director always yelling at you and yelling cut, and this just the uniqueness of that first game was really rad, and me and my buddy would play it like every night when he first picked it up for his PS2. And so of course I picked this up right when it came out on PS3, and it's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's a fun game if you never played it. So yeah, and when I'm feeling like I want to play Stuntman, I pick this up and play it, because I don't have the first one anymore, unfortunately. Infamous 2. I've never played this. I believe this is not for resale. I think this came with a PS3 bundle, like a console bundle or something. So I've played the first one. I picked this up for a couple bucks because I wanted to play it. I never got around to it just because I had so much other stuff going on. But this game is, the first one is very, very good. I assume this one is just as good. So, and then Dishonored. I picked this up because it was Bethesda. This game's really fun. It's really, I was looking for more of a Fallout style game, and this is kind of close, but not quite. It's not really open world, technically, at least from what I played. But it's still a very unique, cool game, and I love almost all of what Bethesda does. Fallout 76, of course, nobody liked, but this game is pretty good, and it's, again, if you've never played it, worth your time, for sure. And that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, join us on Discord to chat about video games, and I've been considering live streaming on Twitch. I know I've been doing it on YouTube just because I already have the channel and the following, but if you guys could jump over to my Twitch, and I'll leave a link or something in the description. But I don't know, it just seems, I don't want to clutter the channel. I like doing these kind of videos on the channel, and just having everything organized on the channel like that, and more thought out videos. But I play video games almost every night, so I might as well stream. So if you guys want to check that out, come check me out on Twitch as well. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.